Okay, welcome to 2023 for heat printers. Thank you so much to everyone that's joining us today. Really pleased to have you on board for a very exciting product announcement we've got today. So thank you so much for joining us. If you have questions about this, please interrupt me as we go. If you would like to ask me anything about anything to do with heat printing, then I'm more than happy to ask any questions today. Just pop them in the comments and we'll get around to absolutely everyone. But we're really excited to have a big product announcement today. So please, anyone that's joining in live, let me know where you're from. Let me know what you'd like to know about. But today we're mostly going to be talking about UltraColor Max direct to film heat transfers. So one of the things that we are always very keen to do is get everyone's feedback about what they like about products, what they wish they could have with products, what they wish they could have from a transfer. So one of the things we're really excited to announce today is that starting tomorrow, we are getting rid of minimum order sizes on any layout for UltraColor Max direct to film heat transfers. So we know a lot of you are used to using the jumbo sheet already, but some of you tend to switch between the layouts that you get with UltraColor or 1 to 5 color screen, and you keep asking us, when can I get an A3 UltraColor Max? Can I get an A4 UltraColor Max? So the great news is from tomorrow, you'll be able to order a minimum order of 1 on A3 UltraColor Max direct to film heat transfers. So it's only one part of the announcement. So I've got plenty of bits and pieces for you today. So to give you a bit of perspective, normally if you're used to ordering a 55 by 55 centimeter sheet, sometimes that can be a bit big and intimidating for some of you. Some of you are like, actually, I just want to order one A4 or A3, a bit like this. So the great news is from tomorrow, you can head to custom.targettransfers.com and you can pick just one A4, and we've got size breakdowns, price breakdowns from 0 to 9, all the way to 20, 50, 100, 200, 500. So there's price breakdowns for every single size. So it means that this direct to film heat transfer is affordable no matter what type of business you're running, what you're trying to achieve. So what that means in real terms is if you really wanted to order one of these tiny heat transfers, you can do that from tomorrow. So he's going to be live by lunchtime tomorrow. You'll be able to go onto customer.targettransfers.com, pick any size layout, use UltraColor Max, and you'll be able to order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000 if you really wanted to. And they're available for everyone now. But that's not it. We've got the minimum order of 1. We've got the 9 layouts for UltraColor Max now. But the one I'm really excited about, and one that people have been asking for us, because we know that all of your customers are really last minute. They was like, can you do this already? Can you do that yesterday? So with UltraColor Max direct from heat transfers from tomorrow, if you order by midnight, we will ship the following day. So we've decreased our turnaround for UltraColor Max transfers because you know that you're doing those short runs, or you do a run and then one of your customers like, oh yeah, it's great, can I have 2 more? And you don't want to have to order 10 because you need to top up your order. You'll be able to do that, and you'll be able to get a rapid turnaround. So that means you can order by midnight. So starting from tomorrow, which is Wednesday, if you ordered on Wednesday, but before midnight, we would ship it the following day, that Thursday. So it would be with you even quicker than you already expect it to be. So we're really pleased about that. We've been working really hard in the background for the last 6 months to get this possible to you, because we know this is something that's really important to you. Or if you are local to Braintree and Essex, it means that if you order by midnight, you could come and collect the following day and you could take it home and fuse it. So in theory, you could have that garment decorated in less than 24 hours. So that is a really, really quick turnaround for your customers. That means that those last minute orders can be done with ease. You just order them exactly the same way. You go to custom.targettransfers.com and then you click UltraColor Max. You pick the layout you want. You pick the amount that you want. It could be 1, it could be 100, whatever you want, and just click order. Do it by midnight and it will ship the next day. So if you have any questions about anything to do with that, please let me know. I'd love to know if anyone is already using direct-to-film heat transfers or any of our UltraColor products. I'm just going to give you a quick run through on these. So if anyone that's never done direct-to-film transfers before, they're really, really easy to use. All you need to do is get a t-shirt, get a nice accurate heat press. So I'm using the Hotronix Auto Open today. If anyone got questions about heat presses, just leave a comment for us. This is one of the most accurate heat presses you've got. If you've never joined us for a live before, we are the home of Hotronix in the UK. We are part of the Hotronix group. And these are the most accurate heat presses you could possibly get. And this is just one of the most essential tools for any garment decorating business, because we have temperature here to the degree. So if it's 145 for Ultra Color Max direct from heat transfers, that's what the temperature is going to be. You've got a dual timer here, so you can set a pre-press. So we always recommend 3 to 5 seconds. So if you never used heat transfers of any kind before, always pre-press. You need to make sure you've got a nice, flat, moisture-free surface. Then you get your heat transfer. So this is an A6 size. So this is one of our new layout sizes available direct from heat transfers. Place your transfer on here. Get some release paper. And I'm even putting my transfer right at the edge here, but it's not going to make any difference because I've got accurate heat throughout this. I've got over-center pressure coming through here, which means that the pressure is perfect every single time. I'm just going to fuse it for 12 seconds. Just like that. So medium pressure is between 4 and a 6. So the Auto Open actually has a pressure readout here. So it tells you every single time exactly what it needs to be. When it pops back up, because it's a hot peel, straight away comes right off. So I'll get you a close-up of that so you can see it. So you've got, with Ultra Color Max, you get unlimited colors, unlimited gradients. So there's no extra charge for artworking. There's no extra charge for the more colors you use. There's no extra charges for how complicated you want to make your design. There's no extra charges even if you want to gang sheet anything. So this is something that's really important to note as well about Ultra Color. So with Ultra Color Max, obviously, we currently have the 55 by 55 centimeter jumbo sheet. Tomorrow, we're going to have 9 layouts in total, but all of them are available as gang sheets. So this is something that's really important to us. We never charge you anything extra for having a gang sheet. We always make sure that the layout is your layout to do with whatever you want to do. So it means if you want to order 10 transfers onto an A4 gang sheet, that's entirely up to you. We're not going to charge you anything extra for you. There's no difference in turnaround time. You get it straight away just like that. So I'm just going to do another one for you. This time I'm going to use this really complicated. So this is neck labels. So something that we really recommend for Ultra Color Max is neck labels. There's unrivaled detail with these. They're so easy to use. So again, we give it a pre-press, 5 seconds. And I would recommend either ordering a 55 by 55 centimeter sheet of these, ideally, because you get probably close to 200. I managed to work it out onto a 55 by 55 gang sheet. So that means you could just order 1 jumbo sheet of Ultra Color Max and you could have 200 or even more neck labels. Just like that. Really, really nice and easy. And those could keep you going for a whole clothing drop. They could get a whole customer's job done. If you're doing levers hoodies, you get every single levers hoodie done that way as well. So really, really nice and easy. Again, take the release paper away. It's a hot peel. No matter the amount of detail on there, I'll bring it and show you a close-up now. So you can see that detail on there is incredible. Close up for Instagram as well. So just like that, you could order one of these. So if a customer comes to you and says, yeah, I'm thinking about getting neck labels in my product. And we'd always recommend offering your customer neck labels because one, is a great way of adding an extra uplift to your existing order. But it also means it's a great business card for either you or them. So when that end product goes to someone, it means they look at that and they'll either be like, oh yeah, that brand looks really special because it's got a custom neck label in, or failing that, if it's got your own brand in it and as the actual supplier, it might mean you pick up extra business just by putting a neck label in. But the cost of it, we're talking like 10p here. So it's really, really minimal to put a neck label in terms of material costs. So really super easy to do it. One of the other size layouts that we're going to bring out is the A5. So from tomorrow, custom.targettransfers.com, you can go and order 1 A5, you could order 7 A5s, whatever you want. There's going to be price breaks all the way across. And again, all you're going to need to do is give it a pre-press. 3 to 5 seconds, like I said. Pop on here. Release paper. 12 seconds later, yeah, we have to diffuse this, unveil this transfer, move on to the next one. So it's really great for having that rapid turnaround, not just from an ordering point of view, but in terms of your production point of view. It means that as soon as it pops back up, you can peel it on the press if you want to, just like that. Again, you've got really, really rich colors. So we've got like a Union Jack in here. So let me show you that. Look how rich those blues and red colors are. And this is going to wash and wash and wash. So one of the number one questions we always get about heat transfers is, what are the limits on them? And there is none. That's the honest answer, is that with heat transfers now, the technology that we've developed as an international group, and if anyone's been paying attention to the Styles Instagram page today, you'll know that they've also brought out these same great features. So for anyone that's joining us later, it means that we can actually, if you order by midnight, you'll ship the following day. So that means order by midnight tomorrow, we ship it on Thursday, it arrives Friday. We even have options for pre 9 a.m., pre 10:30, pre lunchtime delivery. So if you're in a real bind, we've got you covered. So I think we've got some questions.
We do. We have one on Instagram from Customize for You, who's asking, can you share what you'd recommend charging as an uplift for offering neck labels?
Okay, that's a really good question, actually. And it really depends on the customer. So let's say, for instance, it's a fashion brand. So if it's a clothing brand and they want to make their product look fantastic, one of the great ways of doing this is with a neck label, because it looks expensive by doing that. The perceived value of the product normally is within the region sort of £3 to £5 more expensive because of having a neck label in there. So obviously you're not going to charge your customer £3 to £5 more, because that's what they're going to charge their own customer more. But if you're buying your heat transfer for 10p and it takes you all of, let's say 20, 25 seconds to actually do the fusing part, or if you've got a tag along, you can do it exactly the same time as the main press, so there's no additional time to it. I would say to charge somewhere between sort of 50p and £1 extra. And this is quite reasonable, especially if it's a brand. It's very reasonable to charge £1 extra for having a custom neck label in there, because they don't know how much effort you've had to go to put into it, but it's a reasonable cost if you explain to them what they can then recharge off the back of it. And if it's for perhaps more of a corporate client, you can explain it looks really great. Your workforce is going to feel fantastic. They're going to love the extra detail you've gone to with here, but they might not be able to take as much as £1. Ask for it, because you never know. But even if you could got 50p, but you're doing, say 100 or 200, it's a very easy way to add £50, £100 to your average order value of that customer. Or if it's an even bigger client, you get an extra £300 for really not a lot of effort. Because say if it's 200, you can potentially charge in between £100 and £200 extra for that job, but you're only paying £29 for that jumbo sheet of additional material costs. So it's a really great markup, no matter what customer.
We've got another one if you want to jump in.
Please.
So we've got, can you use DTF on leather or synthetic football, rugby or basketballs?
It's possible. I would say that I wouldn't recommend using it if it's going to be something that's going to be played with all season. But if we're talking perhaps a presentation ball or something that might be used for a tournament final, where it's kind of going to get minimal use or one-off use, then you could use it, probably use a direct-to-film heat transfer. I would probably recommend going with our normal ultra color product or the 1 to 5 color, because they've got a bit more stretch in them, and the stretch is what really helps the transfer adhere to a synthetic product, be it leather, football, basketball, rugby ball, anything like that, because it just has a little bit more room to grow as the ball inflates and deflates. It means that your transfer will look good no matter what. There is some stretch in direct from heat transfer, but our ultra color and a 1 to 5 color screen have even more stretch in them. So I'd recommend going for those as the number one choice.
Perfect. I think that's it for now. We'll jump back in.
Okay, no problem. So just a reminder, it means from tomorrow. So come tomorrow lunchtime, you can log on to custom.targettransfers.com. You can go and find Ultracolor Max, and you'll be greeted with 9 different layout options, and all of them have a minimum order of 1. So that means that you can order no matter what you want with different price breaks. So one of the things I wanted to share with you is just some quick headline figures. I'm sure many of you will be online now thinking, well, what does that actually mean? So one of the things, so I'm going to talk about A3. So for those of you that have been watching for quite a long time, a lot of you are really into the A3 sizing, especially with Ultracolor, because even if you're ordering lots and lots of Ultracolor Max, sorry, it's always going to be cheaper once you get to 10 or more to order Ultracolor. It really depends on if that hot peel is important to you or not. It's entirely up to you. So we've added some price breaks in to make sure that you can still grow your business if you want to include hot peel in there as well. So for those of you that normally use A3 sheets, if you're ordering, say, 10 A3s, which a lot of you will be used to doing, you're still only going to be paying £7.40 per A3 sheet, which is still, it's not as cheap as our normal Ultracolor, but it's still even better value than anything else you can get there on the market that's been commercially tested for washing. So this is something I touched upon earlier with the neck labels. Everything we do is wash tested to last the lifetime of the garment. So we don't do anything that won't last the lifetime of the garment. There's 60, 70 plus washes, so you can wash it time after time after time, and that transfer is not going to crack, it's not going to fade, it's going to last and last and last. So it means that you can have a product that you're proud of, your customer's going to be proud of that product, and they'll keep coming back to you because you've given it an even greater product. So that's, if you're looking at £7.40 just for 10 A3 Ultracolor Max sheets. So still, it's really, really keen price point for you to go in at the lower amounts, or you could get, we do it in 1. So let's say for instance, for 4, you're still only looking at £11.66 for an A3 gang sheet. And on average, I'd say customers of ours kind of go between sort of 5 and 10 transfers on a sheet. So you could, even if you order 5 of them, you could only looking at sort of £1 a transfer, which when you're doing a sort of low ordering sampling product, it's really, really cheap. So we've been working a way to try and get your price point, so that means that if you are doing short runs or sampling for a customer, it's going to be really accessible for you. Or I literally just need 1 A3 sheet. It's all available for you. And like I said, if you order by midnight that day, it will ship the following day for you. So this is the fastest turnaround for commercial heat transfers anywhere in the UK. We're already the fastest anyway, but we've made it even quicker for you to get involved with that. So has anyone got any questions about direct-to-film heat transfers or anything to do with heat printing? It's the first live of 2023, so I'm happy to open up the floor to questions about heat transfer vinyl, heat presses, anything that you might be interested in.
We did have one question. We've got a lot of different people. One's watching from Scotland, someone's from South London. We've got a lot of variation today. Swansea, another one. So thank you very much to everybody who's joined us today. We had a question on Instagram which was asking about if we're going to be introducing puff transfers to our range anytime soon.
We don't have any current plans, to be honest. And the truth is, in the UK, there's not actually a massive demand for puff transfers. So we have done them in the past, but we didn't find that in general our clients and their customers had a massive demand for them. So I would normally recommend, actually, if you want something a bit chunkier and something a bit more substantial like that, I would actually recommend going with a high build vinyl instead, because I think it's even better than puff. It's even thicker because it's the thickest vinyl you can get anywhere, and you get really substantial detail with it. So it looks really great. You can either go, so even if you go like black on black, it looks fantastic. And we've actually recorded some videos the other week with Graphtec on how to properly cut high build vinyl. So it's actually a lot easier than you think to get started with high build if you want something a bit chunkier on your garments.
Cool, thank you. We've also got another one asking if with the quicker online ordering time now, if EasyView is still how everyone should order.
Yeah, EasyView. So the EasyView, if anyone that's new to Target Transfers, We're the only transfer manufacturer in the UK that has an online portal that's available for you 24/7, and there's no paywall. You don't have to have done business with us for 6 months. There's no nonsense there. You can literally go on, set on an account straight away. You can start ordering. So let's say this is the first time you met us and you're thinking about getting some transfers, and tomorrow you get an order and you're like, but it's after 5:30, the customer service team have left. It doesn't matter. You could order up to 11:59 that night. When we say midnight ordering, I mean literally 11:59 and 59 seconds you've got to hit place order. It's open all the time. It's the easiest way to do it because it's just like ordering a birthday card for someone with a picture on it. All you do is you go to custom.targettransfers.com, you click whichever product you want, so Ultracolor Max, Ultracolor, 1:5 color screen if you want it Pantone match, and just upload your artwork on any of the layouts. You click add to cart and you check out. It's the whole process shouldn't take more than a couple of minutes. It really, really is that simple. So EasyView, always use EasyView because it's there for you 24/7. It can check for bad artwork. So if you upload a PNG, for instance, and it's low quality, it's a less than 300 DPI, we'll alert you. So we try and take any barriers out for you when it comes to ordering. So it means that everything is checked when you upload it. So it means it's very rare that our art working team has to come back to you and say, are you sure about this? Unless you put a white box behind it, left it on there, it's not much we need to come back to you on. So that way, if the artwork's good, it will just fly through the system and ship the next day. You don't even have to expect us to contact you at all.
We've got quite a few more, actually.
Okay.
The questions are flooding in now. Roger Moore is watching from Croydon. He said, I've got 20 designs I need for samples. How quickly can I get them? Thank you.
Really quickly. So if even the new layouts will be available from lunchtime tomorrow. But depending on the size and the Ultracolor 1:5 screen, here today, so you can place that order and we'll get it turned around for you, shipped out on Thursday. You'll ship out on Thursday, no matter which product you order. So that means that'll be with you on Friday, or if you're based locally and you're like, actually, I can come and pick up because I really want it even quicker. Just add collection as your shipping method. Let us know when you're going to be coming by, and we'll make sure you have that order ready for you. So always the fastest turnaround in the UK.
Ian has said that he's got to go, but thank you as always for the live. Thanks for joining us, Ian. Roddy says, what formats do you accept for artwork files?
Okay, so for Ultracolor Max and Ultracolor, which is our full color heat transfer option, we will accept EPS, PDF, PNG, and JPEG.
Brilliant. Customized for you says, any idea where we can source a glossy high build? Jumping around a bit between products now.
We do have a gold and silver high build in gloss, and that is live on the site. So we brought that out in December, I think it was. So it's relatively new, but there is a gold and silver glossy high build already available. Just go to targettransfers.com and click high build 3D from the drop down.
Recommendations for heat presses for starting out. This person has asked that there's so many options and not really sure where to start.
Okay, yep, no problem. So there is quite a few options. But there's 3 things we always recommend. So if you're buying a heat press for the first time or the second time, you need to be able to measure 3 things. So it's time, temperature, and pressure. And we always say that these are the trinity of heat printing. So if you control all 3 of these, you can control anything to do with heat printing. So if you're starting out, there's options for all budget options. So the thing is that you go onto our website, we have payoff structures for every single press. So if you think, actually, I'm thinking about buying that press, but what does it mean? Well, how quickly can I pay off that press? We've got you covered for all different options. So our heat presses start from 425 plus VAT. So the entry level is the Clam Basic, and that is it's very much out of the box. You plug it in, you turn it on, you set the temperature, you set the time, and away you go. If you would like to know what the next step is, so there's always steps up in functionality, but there's options for everyone, and you can add your heat presses in any time. So just behind me, you can see these black heat presses here. So these are the Ultracolor Max. That's the next level up.
Ultracolor Max.
Sorry, not Ultracolor Max, the Hotronics Max heat press. Thank you. So the difference between that and a Clam Basic is you get the interchangeable patterns. So what that means is once you get into the Hotronics range, all of our presses have interchangeable patterns. That means that you can take off the bottoms and swap them out for different sizes. So you can now put a smaller one on here. You can put, there's I think 14 different options for platter size now. So that means, and why would you want a different pattern? Is it means if you are doing kids sizes, you're doing bags, you're doing hoodies with pockets, and you want to isolate areas so that you're getting seams away from the surface. Because if you put a seam under there, the pressure tends to regulate from the seam and not the actual transfer. So you start off with Clown Basic, you just get time and temperature, the Hotronix Max Press, you can have time and temperature, but you can also add interchangeable patterns. Up from that, which is the auto open heat press, which is the one I'm standing next to now, what you get in addition to that is you get a automatically open press. So when I pull this down, when it pops, finishes the timer, it's going to pop back up for you. So a lot of people starting out tend to like this one because they're so busy, they've got kids or pets or the phone's going, the oven's beeping, whatever it may be, it just pops up and you can just walk away from it. It also has the pressure readout, which is a really big one. So being able to control pressure is really important because one of the biggest mistakes people make is overpressuring. You think when you put it down, it should be really hard work because I'm trying to put a transfer into a t-shirt, but it really shouldn't. I can do it with 2 fingers. And I've got perfect medium pressure when I look on there. It's a 4. So that's how easy it should be. So being able to read pressure is really key for a lot of people. But again, it's still 2 fingers down. So if you can find that point with the press, then you can find medium pressure as well. So I'm saying if you're starting out, so the auto open is probably the top end you're looking at. And all this price is available live on custom.targettransfers.com. We've got bundles on there as well. So I would say look at either the Clown Basic, the Hotronix Max, or the auto open. All of them will do a fantastic job for you when you get started. And we've got videos that go in depth in all of the presses online. We've got lives when we've got deep dives into every heat press as well. So if you want to see the long version of it, just go and have a look on our YouTube channel. Or if you get really stuck, send us a message like, what does this actually mean? I'm on the product pages. What does X mean? And we'll get back to you straight away. And we're always here to help as you're going through that buying decision. And if you are spending over £1,000, we do have finance options available for you. So if you want to spread that cost of owning a heat press over 12, 24, 36 months, there's options for absolutely everyone.
Brilliant. We've got a question from Chris Heath, who is asking about different temperatures on heat transfer vinyls.
Okay.
He's using a printable sports film, which is at 130 for 10, regular HTV, 150 degrees for 5 seconds. He wants to know if any of the vinyls can be pressed at lower temperatures for longer. Obviously, we'd recommend sticking to the recipe on that side of things.
So thanks for joining us, Chris. Always good to see you. I would say that it really depends. If the recipe, the printout we give you doesn't say that, if it's a specific product, do email us and ask us because we can always double check with our manufacturing facility for the vinyl. Because there are occasions where it is possible on some of the vinyl. But if we come back and say no, then it would be a no. But just send us an email to info@targettransfers.com and we'll double check that for you and we'll find out. If you don't have it on the website already.
That's all of the questions for now.
Okay.
Thank you.
So thank you to everyone that's joining us today. It's only a shorter live. I just want to let you know about this exciting product development. So just to recap, Ultra Color Max direct-to-film heat transfers. So these are the world's leading direct-to-film heat transfers. They're available from every continent, from Styles, from Target Transfers in the UK, absolutely everywhere. So if you're joining us from further afield, you will be able to get these Ultra Color Max transfers with no minimum order on any size. All the pricing will be on there from lunchtime tomorrow. If you order by midnight, you'll get it shipped the following day. So it means it's a really rapid turnaround. Or if you have the option to collect, or you want to send a courier to collect your order, we have those shipping options too. So you could turn around your job in less than 24 hours potentially. So we're really excited about this product. It's our Ultra Color Max. It's got that rapid turnaround, so many different size layouts, and there's some really great pricing on there. So we're working really hard to make it really affordable for all of you to get involved with this. So if you have questions after today's live, do make sure you send us an email, send us a message on any of our social accounts. And And just don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're going to be going live every single Friday from here on out as well. And we've got some really exciting things to show you. And if you've got questions about how to improve your business over the next 6, 12, 24 months, we're here to help you.
We've got one more quick question before we go. Mick wants to know how you calibrate the heat press for accurate pressure.
Okay, so it's really simple, Mick. If you've got a quality press like a Hotronics, you can do it with 2 fingers. So I know this is obviously going to give me a pressure readout here, but if you can do it with 2 fingers, no matter what you've got under there, so you can see that is a 4. If I were to add T-shirt on there, it's probably going to go to a 5 or a 6, but it should always be, say, a couple. I'll see if I've got a hoodie really quickly that I can find you to pop under here as well. So you can see it's gone to a 5. Just a tiny bit of fabric is all it takes, but that's how easy it should be at any level. So now I'm going to put a hoodie under there. So this will be harder work. So let's pop it under there. Just do it on the same settings that we had for that T-shirt. You've got my mic up, so you could probably hear it as well. Put a bit of release paper on there just to be sure, but you'll see when I pull this down at the end, it should be slightly harder work. So it'll still be easy to pull it down. It's the clamping. So now it's harder work to do. I can still do it with 2 fingers, but it's harder work. And it's gone up to a 7 on here. So you want it to feel nice and easy still when you're doing it. And you can hear it when it comes back up then. I made a bit of a bang. So just do quarter turns at a time. And then try it again. See, that time it was much easier. And I only turned it a tiny bit and it's gone down back to medium pressure already. It's just quarter turns and you should be able to do the clamp at the bottom should just be slightly firm, but you should be able to do it nice and easy because we want you to be able to do this all day, every day, from 9 till 5 without being strenuous for you. So the 2-finger test is always the best way to come to it. But if you ever get stuck, just get in touch. Anything from the auto open press upwards has pressure readout as standard. So that's all the auto opens, the 360 IQ hat press, the Fusion IQ, and the Air Fusion models. But if in doubt, try going with 2 fingers. And if you're really, really unsure, put a T-shirt under there, send us a video of it. If, for instance, using the max press, and we'll be able to tell you from visually seeing and hearing how that press is operating, whether we think you're over or under pressuring as well.
Can I just jump in on that one, actually? Yep. For everyone watching, the knob that Andy was twisting on the top is on all of the Hotronics heat presses, just because that's not as obvious in the video as it probably should be.
Yep.
And that's what Andy was twisting to adjust the pressure. Mick is asking on the Fusion, you should be able to calibrate it. But Mick, this is the same with the temperature adjustment on the top. It's for the Air Fusion and the Dual Air Fusion, it's air controlled. So that's slightly different. But for the Fusion IQ, it's still got the pressure knob on the top that you just twist either way.
Yes, so if anyone's thinking about getting an Air Fusion heat press, which is a great investment for this year, is that they already come pre-programmed with all the recipes. So it can actually regulate it as it comes down. So if you've got a hoodie, a bag, no matter what you've got under there, it knows as it comes down, it can feel it and it can adjust its pressure as it comes down.
Perfect. We haven't got any follow-up on that. I think
so in that case, I'm going to wrap up for now. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube or like and follow on Facebook, or if you're on LinkedIn, just make sure you sign up for a notification, sign up to our newsletter, because that's when we always announce our new live events. Like I said, we're going to be going live every single Friday. So thank you everyone to joining today. I hope to see more of you on our upcoming lives. But Ultra Calor Max direct from heat transfers from tomorrow lunchtime will be available to order at no minimum order. So any layout, you can order 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to order, 1,000 if you really want to. And if you order by midnight, it will ship the following day, which is the fastest turnaround for commercial heat transfers anywhere in the UK. So thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you very soon.